Hello and welcome back to Pokemon Emerald. In the last part, we kind of basically explored everywhere we've been, so let's explore something new. And I have plenty to talk about, and we'll be kind of going in and out of Dewford this part because we have a lot of stuff. So if you talk to Mr. Briny, as thank you, he will let you sail with him to Dewford, and then once you finish up in Dewford, he'll let you sail with him to Slateport, which are two new areas. There's plenty to talk about. On the way to Dewford, Dad will call you and be like, "Yo, so I heard from people that you have a phone. I'm gonna finally call you for the first time in your life. Thanks." Anyway, we have a bunch of new stuff to talk about. A lot of Pokemon to talk about. I hope this part. I hope it's not going to get too far out of control because we do have quite a bit to do. So, if we immediately go right here, this guy will be like, "Yo, you like fishing? Here's the old rod." Now, the old rod allows us to fish up 2 new Pokemon, which I will get into once I explain the fishing mechanic. I am gonna be fishing for a little bit. I'm gonna check these rocks. Alright. Alright. I like to fish on Route 107. Where's the old rod? Over in Keep Items. There we go. And we're gonna fish. So in this game, instead of just putting the rod out and throwing it and catching a fish every now and then, you have a mini game. Whenever it says, "Oh, there's a bite," you have to click A. It's basic mini game to kind of involve yourself. If you have a higher tier rod as the good rod or super rod, it might require you to push it multiple times, which is quite irritating because there is a Pokemon in this game that you can only catch while fishing, and it's super rare and it's just irritating. But I'll get to that once I get to it. So there are 2 new Pokemon we can get with this. They're both water types, obviously. But the first one we already saw was Magikarp. Oh, thank God. This is what I was looking for. But the first one is Magikarp, as you saw already before this one. It evolves into a water, or it is a water poison type, or water type, evolves into a water flying type. I'm thinking of Tentacool now. That's irritating. I cannot really hit. I could probably do this, but anyway, Gyarados it hits pretty hard. 125 attack. It has the ability Intimidate, and the only issue with it that I might be an issue for you is that it lacks any stab physical attack. There's no flying moves it can learn, and the water physical moves don't exist yet. I've already explained this for Marill, I believe. So it lacks a lot of what it can do, but it's still a decent Pokemon. Its attack stat allows it to do a lot. Its Intimidate is very useful in double battles where it needs it. Overall, it's not a bad Pokemon, just like the one I'm fighting. Tentacool is a water poison type. There's the water poison that I said earlier and shouldn't have been there. Kind of makes me mad. But it evolves at level 30, Tentacool does, into Tentacruel, which is kind of late. It's right before your starter fully evolves. But can I catch you? I don't remember your catch rate being this high. But Tentacruel has a decent speed stat, I almost said speed score, of a solid 100, hitting triple digits, which is nice. Special defense of 120, which is excellent. It has a decent attack and decent special attack. I believe 70 attack and 80 special attack, though I do not remember off the top of my head if that is correct. Overall, it's not a bad Pokemon late game. The problem is that the early parts of Tentacool are terrible. Terrible. Can I catch you? I have to try this. I'm gonna go insane if I sit here and try this long enough. But overall, it's a decent Pokemon. It has a terrible move pool early on. It lacks a lot of moves that would be useful. Wow, that did nothing. An example is that the only example. The main reason is that it's stuck with Poison Sting till about level 15, I believe. Then it gets Acid, and then stuck with that until level 25 when it gets Bubble Beam. it's going to be a long road if you want to raise this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If I could just catch this, I'm having terrible luck right now. Is this revenge for the Ralts? That's what this is. This is revenge for the Ralts. Now, please just... Okay, yellow's good enough. Let me catch you. I still need to use Pokeballs. I have another planned catch coming up. Ugh. So, I guess I should talk about Dewford a little bit. So, to the north, there's a little route where you can fight some trainers, and also Granite Cave, which we're going to be going exploring right after we heal, and we will be catching a Pokemon there. So, there are a couple Pokemon there we're going to talk about while I search for what I'm going to fight. Let's get to the Pokemon Center there. Though, I said there. But there's also a gym here, of course. There's a little townhouse type thing where we can change a trending saying, which I will explain in bigger detail once we're not rushing through. So, we're going to be going to Route 106. Actually, I need... Yeah, that's good. We have to kind of dodge people because I don't want to fight yet. Alright, we're good. So Granite Cave has 4 new encounters for Ruby and Sapphire and 3 for Emerald. Let's see if we can get it right off the bat. Nah. Makuhita is a pure fighting type. It evolves at level 24 into Hariyama, which Hariyama is kind of weird for a fighting type. It has a lot of HP. I'm talking 144 of it in the base stat. It has a decent attack score of 120. To be honest, it's a little slow, and to be honest again and again, but its special defense and its defense aren't that great. It lacks some moves that make it really good. It's gonna require the use of the Brick Break TM way later if you want to use it. Overall, it's not bad. It's actually a decent fighting type. Though, I do recommend, there are 2 abilities on it. I recommend Thick Fat because Thick Fat would enable it to live longer with against a fire ice type, which would be useful. Because overall, it's not that defensive. It just has a lot of HP, which allows it to live some hits it shouldn't. And I'm only getting Makuhitas. This is annoying. I expected to be able to not fight Makuhitas the whole time. This one is Thick Fat, so I would have probably caught it if I wanted to use it on my team. It also can have Guts, which I don't like on Makuhita, or Hariyama in general, because it's not that defensive to really use it properly. So, yeah. There's a couple other Pokemon found here. Geodude is one. You know what Geodude is. It's the popcorn Pokemon. Rock ground type. It requires a trait to evolve, but even if you can't, it does get Earthquake by level up, which is pretty useful. And overall, Geodude, Graveler, and Golem, respectively, they all have a use, but it's kind of mitigated in this game because there's so many water types everywhere. Half the game is water, so that rock ground typing is not going to help you out that much, so you have to be wary of that. The other Pokemon we saw already is Abra. I've already said my piece on it. Trade evolution to evolve a little better than Gardevoir in attacking stats once everyone's fully evolved and talking about it. Pure Psychic type, though, it doesn't get Thunderbolt. I've already said it. Ruby and Sapphire players, though, you can finally get it here. Emerald players have been able to get it, so I actually probably recommend trying to catch it here because it's a better spot for grinding in general, which I like to do while searching for a Pokemon. Though, if this continues so much longer without finding the Pokemon I want, there it is. This is Zubat, a flying poison type, and I really hope this is a good nature. Inner focus, doesn't matter for me. See if we can catch it. So, Zubat is one of the annoying Pokemon. It's actually funny because I'm catching both the annoying Pokemon found in the game. So, Zubat has a terrible early game. It's similar to Tentacool in that it just has a terrible move pool for the early parts, and its evolution is far off from the early portions, making it lackluster. It has to deal with Wing Attack at level 21, which isn't too bad, but let's face it, that's kind of ridiculous. It's stuck with Bite at level 15, which its special attack is not that good. Is it level 15 or 16? I don't remember. It has Leech Life, of course, but 20 power, really? I think it also gets Astonish. I understand I'm skipping a fight, but I want to get out of here, and I actually should have checked my Zubat. What nature do we got? We have Quirky, which I think I will actually take. Because it's a neutral nature, I'm not looking for anything big. And we have another Pokemon added to the group. Look at the blue. Ugh. Alright, let's get here. So now that we have our HM and we have our new Pokemon, which we'll be using to switch out. And also, before we go, there's a heart scale here. Be useful later. But let us go back to Route 116 because we need to use Cut. I should give Cut to Tentacool, sorry, and then we'll explore Petalburg Woods. I understand this has been a lot of like rush, but it's mostly because I wanted to get Zubat before I go and take on all these fights, because it's going to be a long road for Zubat, and I can totally understand being irritated by it because it can't actually fight. Alright. And get the Cut HM out. We're in Cut, and we can move on. Let's go explore the Petalburg Wood area, though I think we're going to have to stop before we get too far into it. Unless we get, like, Wild Battle free. Nope. I hope it's Poochyena. Nope, it's a Wurmple. I don't think I can actually fight it. Yep. So Zubat is going to be kind of dead weight for a long time. And I'm not exaggerating when I say it's going to be dead weight. It really won't do a lot. Now, if you want to grind it to level 21, it tears apart the second gym by a long shot. It really does. Though, it's not worth the grinding because level 21 at this point would be ridiculous. So, we're going to be sitting here just kind of doing the switch training. And I understand this can be really irritating, but once it evolves into Golbat at level 22, and then a Happiness evolution into Crobat, becomes one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. It has a great move pool besides Steel types getting in the way. Overall, I love Crobat in Generation 3, and that's why I'm using it. When it came down to planning my team, I needed a flyer, and it was either this or Skarmory again. That was what was in my head. I decided I've already used Skarmory. Let's go with the most common annoying thing in the game. Zubat is annoying. Crobat is cool. That's the way I look at it. So we can actually go up here and we can cut. I think we're gonna, if we get one more battle, I will end it after, and then we can explore. Yeah. So I'm gonna end it after this. I understand this part was kind of a really big mess. I could have probably cut out the search for the Tentacool or the trying to catch it. I guess I could have made that shorter, and I probably could have cut out the search for the Zubat, but I wanted to talk about the Pokemon available. So it's a give or take right there. I would have had to kind of rush through it either way, though I guess I could have placed it while exploring the cuttable areas. Huh. Oh well, is there an item here? Yep, there is. Tiny Mushroom. So, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more content like this, please do subscribe. If you want to comment down below, which one do you find more annoying, Tentacool or Zubat? I mean, I find Tentacool more annoying in this game because there's more water. And overall, just have a great day, and I hope to see you guys next time. Till then.